Gonna do. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're all ready for a great trading day. Happy Wednesday. It is September 24th. Hope you are all ready to make some money today. We'll cover gold, NASDAQ, the S&P 500. We'll live trade them a little bit, possibly some live trades in the pre-market if gold gives us good opportunity. Or we'll be looking to see how ES and NQ might be setting up going into the market open. So let's start with gold. We can start with our analysis over here as well. Good morning, everybody. Start on our home screen here. Some Market AI. This is our Market Research Knowledge Terminal. It's what market stands for. We check any trending news just to make sure we're not missing anything. 34 minutes ago, Fed has been too high for too long. We know that. They're hitting us with rate cuts. That's helping gold rally. If we come over to gold.
Share your screen.
Oh, share screen. Thank you, Victoria. Would help if Discord could see our screen, am I right? Alright, anyways, Market AI. This was the news I was just saying. It's really just about Besant was saying that the Fed's been too high for too long. Nothing new there. Bullish bias here on gold. Bullish projection, 38.25. It's exactly where I'd like to see gold head today to another new all-time high. It's been continuing to new all-time highs lately, so that is fantastic, and we have been taking advantage of that trend. Gold futures are pushing higher, supported by cautious Fed rate commentary, expectations of Fed rate cuts, and heightened geopolitical tensions, especially related to Ukraine. Oh, another quick FYI, I'm going to have Futures Fever. Today is Wednesday, but I'm going to be having on Nilab again from Market AI, founder of Market AI, so that's going to be pretty cool. He had great input last time we had him. Hopefully he's going to have some other input and insight as well into the markets and sort of his view on the current economy. Robust ETF inflows and central bank gold purchases. We've been talking about this for a little while now. They've been continuously buying gold, buying gold, buying gold on this run up. These have all stayed the same. Fed policy, geopolitical risk, these two are the main holders of gold continuing this trend higher. Fed policy alone would have been enough to have gold have some momentum behind it and some buying pressure. Throw in some geopolitical risk and you got a cherry on top of your gold trend. So that's what was keeping me bullish today. If we check our daily bias log, it's going to really give us the same rundown. Just breaking it up again. Let's check our currencies, just to make sure that XAU USD, that's our gold to dollar standard, is heavier on buyers. It is 64%. Let's see. Equities, check our economic calendar. Make sure we're not missing anything today. Today is Wednesday. Not seeing anything. We had Tuesday, we had PMI. Thursday, we have GDP. That's important, but that's tomorrow, not today. We could check. We could turn off the high impact. Let's see, high impact, and we could check today's Wednesday anyways, just to see if there is anything that we may have missed. Medium impact, new home sales, 10 o'clock. So that could be a little bit of something. Fed daily speech at 4:10, that's aftermarket, it's not necessarily important. And if we were trading crude oil stock change, 10:30, doesn't have the biggest impact, but if we're trading oil, it'd be something to be aware of. So new home sales, 10 o'clock is really the only thing today. I wonder if I did high impact and medium impact. Because the thing is, I don't want to do medium impact because then all the Fed speeches are going to come up. And they're not that heavily weighted on markets. Not all of them at least. Sometimes they do give us an impact, but if we watched all of them, we'd be on the edge of our seats all the time. Alright, so first thing I saw in gold, guys, when I opened the charts this morning, we'll pull up big charts on gold, is obviously we have this huge 4-hour demand zone right here. Right? And we held it a few times already. We held it here, higher low, held it here, and I'd like to see, so now at this point, what I would like to see is if we could sweep these recent lows and look to hold gold right over here again. Right? Because why? We have good economic reasoning for gold to continue higher. There's no change, there's no shift in anything. And this is our demand zone. This area showed us it was a support area 1, 2, technically 3 times over here. Oh, I want to see if it wants to sweep this pre-market low and reverse again over there. So that's our first setup we're looking for on gold today. Let's delete some of these. You know what? We'll keep that. We'll delete this one. Because those line up nice with our higher lows. Not even higher lows, because check it out. Something else to notice is right there. We did sweep that low right there. Let's update our previous day high and low, because those are going to be old as well. We need to update those for today. From yesterday, I should say. So previous day high, previous day low. So again, if we're looking for this gold trend to continue, and check this out, guys. This is huge. This is something I pointed out yesterday. We'll do replay mode. Yesterday on this gold breakout, check it out. So gold's breaking out, right? Breaking out all-time highs. And volume, even though it doesn't look that significant right there, it was increasing, right? So we were looking for volume to increase with price increasing. And then that led to another day where, boom, volume and price increased again. Volume increased, price increased. So that's pretty clean on gold. This is why we'll be looking for trend continuation on gold today. Let's see. Delete some of these drawings. So that's our daily. Let's turn replay mode off. And now we can see 4 hour. Same deal. We have like an area of support right here. This was an area of resistance that we held as support. I'm going to delete that. No longer relevant. But right now, these zones, these are great to have, right? Because these are areas of support from way lower. But right now, I'm more concerned about the area that we're closer to. Because if we're looking for trend continuation, we shouldn't get a 50-point pullback on gold. That would almost be a reversal level of a pullback. So we want to be patient, wait for price to react to the current levels that we're at, and trade off of those. Now, once we could start breaking these, like let's say we break this demand zone right here. First off, whenever we are going to break like a higher time frame demand zone, usually we don't just break right through it the first touch. We'll hit into it, we'll hold it for a little bit, we'll hit into it again, hold it for a little bit, and then the rallies we see coming out of it will fail. And they'll get weaker and weaker until finally this area of support fails entirely, and then we break through it. Until that happens on gold, this is our support, this is our range, 37.90 to 38.20. When we break this demand zone, then we could start targeting some lower demand zones like 37.60. But until then, we're bullish and we're holding this area. It's a great way to use supply and demand to keep us in a range, to give us some insight and some clues into the market, where our range is and where our trend is. Because we're bullish, our trend is obviously going to be to buy the lows, sell the highs. Now I'm checking these other time frames to see if anything's lining up in terms of supply or demand. Really looking for more recent demand zones. Let's delete these little blue levels. Don't need those. We don't need those. We know what's going on down here. Let's see, 45, 30 minute. Now, I've got a little bit of a concern. So this blue area was an area of support. Worked the support here. Support. We broke it. But it wasn't too clean of an area. So we're going to update that. But I also see on the 30-minute time frame right here, we have our basing and our really strong move to the downside. Now this one ended up pulling back and didn't really give us the best continuation, but because it was near the high of our range, it is okay to mark it out sort of as an area of resistance, right? Now something to note too is now we're creating all of these lower highs, but all of these lower highs are sitting right on top of each other. And when we see something like that in the market, a lot of times what the market's going to want to do is take them all out, right? Because it's not just one person's one stop loss sitting over here. There could be people in shorts over here with a stop loss there. People in shorts over here with a stop loss here. People short from this morning, stop loss over there. So with all of that being said, wouldn't it make sense for the market to stop hunt to the downside first? So all these short positions possibly add to their short or look to get out of their short down here at a target. But either way, flips a lot of long biases, so a push to the downside, and then a reversal from that, still creating a higher low off of this level. This could be our stop loss, possible stop loss. So sweep that low. See if we get our drawing tool out a little smoother here. Look to sweep this. Come back, high or low, sweep those. That's what I would want to look for on gold today. Let's see. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. YouTube, you guys hear me all right? YouTube's been, like, horrible lately. I don't know why, man. I don't know if the algos are just shot or what, but we're killing it on the trades, too, so I don't know. Let's see. Watch list, gold, potential, gold, trade, setup. Now, we don't really have what I would have liked to see is if we could have created a new demand zone, like right here. That would have given me way more confidence for these longs, but we didn't create that. No, we didn't create that. But that's still where I'm looking for longs, because this is still the top of demand. We showed support here yesterday, towards the end of the day. Last night pre-market, so I want to see if we could sweep these lows and hold that area again on gold. That's what we're looking for. We could take a look at the dollar. Ooh, glad I checked the dollar, man. Why is the dollar flying? But check this out on the dollar, right? Looks like my first initial reaction is, oh shit, dollar's moving higher. That's not good for gold longs, right? We want the dollar to move lower to support a strong gold. But check it out. Right now on gold, on the dollar, we're at the top of our range. We held this area as resistance once, twice, a few times over here, and now we're back in it. So this is an area of resistance where I would want to see the dollar move lower. So this is almost like our VIX and NQ setup, where VIX is at support, NQ is at resistance. So it gives us some confluence. So now the dollar is at resistance, and I'm looking for gold to get to support. And that will be my A+ setup on that, on the dollar and gold. So that's what I would like to see there on the dollar, at least. That'd be ideal. Let's mark out this high over here. Add an alert there, because this could be a potential, because what I want to do, guys, is I want to find an area, price action-wise, of where it would be realistic for gold to reverse, and I'm sorry, the dollar to reverse, because if it realistically reversed at a pivot level, and gold was realistically reversing also at like a pivot area, again, that's ideal, that's high probability, that's something in our favor. Without that, we'll be patient. But yeah, and then again, same thing, same setup on ES and VIX, same setup on NQ and VIX. So that's gold spread. This is the dollar. Let's check out ES and NQ now. Let's see NASDAQ first. It is 8:50. Market's open in about 40 minutes. Just taking a look at the let's see, daily time frame. Demand zone here on the NASDAQ. NASDAQ has also been in a bull trend, right? All markets, ES, NQ, I think even the Dow. Which one hit a new all-time high? I think it was the Dow. Yeah, Dow hit a new all-time high recently, too. I mean, markets are freaking strong, no doubt about it. But with markets, gold, and ESNQ staying strong, that's, I don't know, a little concerning in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see. Delete the orb from yesterday, delete that from yesterday. Open price from today's right here. Something to note, guys. Yesterday, even though it gave us a bear move yesterday, it was still an inside day. What do I mean? What's an inside day? Well, an inside candle is when we don't break the previous candle's high, which we didn't, and we don't break the previous candle's low, which we didn't. Makes that an inside day, and a lot of times what people will look for is that break in either direction and continuation. So let's mark out I want to mark this out. You know what? First, I'm going to bring this previous day low, previous day high. We're going to update those. And then I'm going to mark this level out with a yellow price level, just so I know what's going on over there. Like, this is our current range of NASDAQ. Now we can break it down to a 4-hour time frame. Perfect. Yo, check this out. Hold up. Wait a minute. Broken supply. We could delete that. That's our open price today. Previous day low. Oh, okay. I was going to say, right off the bat, it looked like we were sort of getting... Let's see. We were sort of getting a break of previous day low and then a reversal at this demand zone. But that would call for a wild move on the NASDAQ, no? Yeah, like hundreds and hundreds of points. And we don't have any news catalysts today, so I don't know if that could really hold or sustain like that. I think I want to check equities right now and get a feel for where equities are trading. But if equities are staying bullish too... Ooh, yo, Meta, man. Look, that's crazy, bro. The supply zone, I'm telling you, daily supply... I gotta just get an options account. Just do it already. Because any daily supply or demand zone when it comes to these large cap stocks, Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia, just spot the range and just a few swing trades over the course of a few days on options that expire maybe in 2 to 3 weeks. I'll backtest it, I'll look into it, and I'll get back to you guys. But could be a money printing machine and a stress-free trade because you would enter the trade either here or here and just hold it until, like I said, 2, 3, 4 days it pans out. This one, if you entered on Thursday, right, it would have hit TP yesterday. Yesterday was Tuesday, but it would have moved down $27 in your favor. Now, let's take a look at our equities. We have Meta right here, which had a pretty strong sell-off the past couple of days. But what do we look for when we see a trend, or we try to see a trend? We look for volume. We see volume increased a lot right here, but then it really just maintained this lull. And because of that, I don't know if I would think there's going to be continuation to the downside. If anything, this might be a higher low and another higher low right there. So I would look to see if Meta wants to hold the bottom of this range. So that's Meta. Take a look now at Microsoft, which has been the biggest struggler of them all. Same deal though, where we're sort of in this range between, let's see, around here to here. So we make that blue for now, just so we can visually see the range. So this is our range on Microsoft right here. And plus the demand zone we have, this green zone, the support. So really tough price action. This would not be one that we're looking to swing trade, right? So let's see what else we got. That's Microsoft, not really getting much trend or really volume or anything on Microsoft. Apple, on the other hand, check it out. Big spikes, big volume spikes. Apple all-time highs? So close to all-time highs. It's about time, man. Apple was the biggest lacker. I actually made a video on Apple and Tesla because both, a few weeks ago, a month or so ago, because both of them were trading all the way down here. And check it out, from April lows, that was only about a 25-30% move. Meanwhile, all the other equities, Meta, Nvidia, Microsoft, they were surpassed all-time highs from there. So it was a big red flag to me to say, hey, you know what? We're not even red flag, but a bit of an indicator to say, hey, look, these two are lagging. And if markets are in a full bull trend right now, a broad trend, a market trend of bullish, where most stocks, equities, commodities, whatever, are trading bullish, then these have the opportunity to catch up, right? And they did. They did exactly that. Let's see, oh, that's not the right button. They did exactly that. Another 22% rally on Apple, and it's, again, making its way to those all-time highs. We have support at Apple below us at 250. So, again, I'm not really seeing much here other than that big break higher and possible continuation on Apple. Let's see, that was Apple, Microsoft, Google. We'll check Google for a quick, brief moment. Google's a bit of a tougher read because we do have support right here. Not the strongest of demand zones because we didn't have the continuation, but it would be more of an order block where we have our basing zone, and then we have a little bit of a rally, right? We have a little bit of a move going higher, but price respects it once we return to it. So that's on Google. Again, not much there. Nvidia, very clear range on Nvidia. Like, can't get much more clear than this, where we're between 168 to about 183. Same deal, right? Right now, we just tried to break higher. We did hit a new all-time high on Nvidia yesterday by a couple cents. Let's see. 55 by 12 cents? So, bullish sentiment there on Nvidia. Definitely bulls lining up on our equities. Amazon. Ooh, damn, bro. Look at that. Amazon finally took that rip lower. Remember, we were looking for this 227 to hold as support. It failed a higher high, made a lower high, broke lower, made a lower low now off of these highs. Amazon, man, that's a tough one. The question on Amazon would be, is it holding this demand zone right here, which we already held 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Now this would be 5 times. Or is Amazon finding that volume, because now volume is trying to pick up a little bit, to break to the downside? That's a tough call. Seeing that, again, broader markets are in a bull trend, it'd be more of a buy the dip opportunity, and see it as a range. This is 222 is the low of our range, and 234 is the high of our range. So with all of our equities sort of being ran through right there, thinking leaning still a bit more on the bull side. Let's move our equities back higher. Let's check on gold. So the dollar is trying to reverse at that level that we had marked out just before, right? And that's great. But gold did not hit that area of support that I was looking for. I do wonder if Bookmap is showing anything of relevance. Let's see. Not really, man. Alright, we'll be patient. We'll have to just wait for gold, let some things play out. We could look at the hourly time frame actually here, because hourly closes in just a minute. 2 minutes for the hourly to close. So we'll wait. It's either demand, or I'm waiting for a break higher, a low volume shelf to form, and a retest of that. But either way, I'm staying bullish on gold. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But I'm not taking just because I'm bullish on it doesn't mean I'm taking longs at these highs. I wanted to get an entry down here near 37.90. So if I can't get that 37.90, and we do want to just rally and continue, guess what, guys? We're not just going to rally forever. We're not just going to rally 3,800 to 3,825 in a matter of 2 minutes. It's going to take time. And with that being said, it's going to take candles to form. So when it takes those candles and volume to form, that's when it'll give us a new opportunity or a new trade setup. But until then, this is my entry. Let's see, let's finish up on the NAS here. So we were looking at the 4-hour previous day low. We have that yellow level down there too. This is still ideally where I'd like to see NASDAQ pull back to and then possibly reverse. But because it's such a far drop from here, it's about 160 points. I'll see if any short positions want to line up in the meantime. Because same deal of what I just said, right? We're not going to drop 160 points on on NASDAQ in the matter of a minute, unless we have some type of economic news, but or geopolitical whatever. But let's see. So 2 hour, 1 hour. Oh, hold up, 2 hour. So, all right, we're gonna mark this 2 hour supply zone out right here. Supply. This is an area that we based and then sold off. Look at that gold chopping. This is why we're not trading it yet. It didn't hit our areas of interest and it did not create a strong trend up again. S2 hour. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Let's see. Hey, good morning, guys. Good morning, gang. Trading ECF, Ryan, Nevada Terry, what's up, Mr. Motorhead, Mike, Kyle, Kev, what's up, man, Jay, Victoria, what's up, guys? Good morning, good morning. Where'd Marziti go? Saw him in here before. He'll be back. Yo, E. Marcel, Federico, Guy, good morning. Garrett, Habibi, good morning. Austin, Oz, what's up, Oz? Alright, so we had this 2 hour supply that formed up here. This is 1 hour demand. I wanted to sort of see. Yeah, look, gold's trying its best to hold at 3,800. I'm leaving it alone. Hey, good morning, Habibi. What's up, bro? Good morning, good morning. So I wanted to see this 1 hour. I wanted to see if it held as support yesterday first. It barely did, and then we broke it. So I think I'd be a bit more interested in the supply zone than this broken demand zone. Gold, real tough read right here. What I'd like to see on gold is if it could surpass 3803.50, like quickly, and create a low volume shelf right there. So like right here. So I'd like to see us surpass that and then retest and go higher from there. If we can't get that, then again, same deal, guys. Just waiting on gold to pull back. Not force anything. Good, man. Good to hear. I hope you're all doing well, guys. Hope everybody's doing good. What's up, Jay? DC, what's going on, man? D Harvey, good morning. Good morning. Hope you're all having a
Just
great.
living the dream, man.
Yes,
Living the
sir.
dream.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very choppy on gold right now. Not taking anything on gold. Looking for lows for longs. Lows for longs. Longs for lows. Alright. NASDAQ. We have our previous day high, previous day low. We have our open price. 1 hour. We have our supply zone that we're looking for is this one up here, 24,940. This zone, the green zone, was a broken demand zone. So we are already using it as resistance. So I want to be a little aware of that area. Because like, let's say we do want to sweep this buy side liquidity because it's a pre-market high. So you call it whatever you want. Pre-market high, buy side liquidity, PMH, pre-market high. Something I'll note though here on the 1 hour on NASDAQ is we do have a little bit of a basing here at a low. So that is a little bit of a bullish sentiment. Remember, we were looking a bit more bullish on equities too. So if this wants to hold, the hourly wants to try to continue. We'll see if maybe we want to create a fair value gap or something. But let's see about updating this volume profile. Check out that, man. That supply zone's heavy volume-wise. So let's delete that. New volume profile is going to be 6 o'clock. There you go. Damn, not a low volume shelf right there. Got a low one over here though. These recent lows, along with the fair value gap right there. So we'll see. Again, same deal with NASDAQ now as gold. We're just waiting for the setup to present itself, but they're trying to. Nas, I would want it to sort of hold somewhere higher here. Ideally, if NASDAQ could break. Ready for this? Let's see. NASDAQ could break that fair value gap. Right? So people go, oh, inverse fair value gap, and take it long there with a stop loss here. And then if we could pull back from there and then hold this one, that's what I would like to look for. That's what I'd like to look for on that. It's at 879. My biggest issue though is there's no like low volume shelf there. We did have a fair value gap form there, but that's just off of these few candles. Before that we consolidated over there, so there's really, we'll see. We'll definitely see. We'll let markets play out on that. Gold, same deal. Let markets sort of come to us. It's very choppy right now. Good, Nas is trying to continue. It's 9:05. Markets open in about 25 minutes. We do have some time to go over the ES as well. Alright, so ES, same deal. We got a little bit of a daily demand zone right here. Mark that out as our daily, D daily. 4 hour. So I'm going to check 6 hour because I see this area was a big consolidation point before we sold off. Nothing on the 6. 4 hour, 3 hour, 2 hour. There we go, 2 hour. 2 hour had it very nice. So it's gonna be our S2 hour. Mark this out as our supply zone. Now we have an area for potential shorts on the ES. Now I'm gonna add an alert to this. Now we'll be alerted when we enter that supply zone on the ES. I'm gonna delete this area. Not really that relevant to me. And now we have our range on ES. Check the 1 hour. See if there are any demand zones down here that we're holding. 2 hour. Let's see. 15 minute, 30 minute. Nothing, nothing. Looking in this area right here. Whole lot of nothing. So yeah, I'm thinking we might be ready to push higher. NASDAQ is trying to pull back to that fair value gap. I might take this here. Let's see. I'll let you guys know. Check the broker and all that. Let's see. It's a light enough stop loss. I'll give it a shot here on NASDAQ longs. Stop at the low of that fair value gap. If it dives right to it, dives right to it. That's fine. We did reject this bearish one to the upside first. But really light risk on that. So not the worst situation if it stops me out. Which it's trying to. I'd like to see us get back above this 78 now. There's 78. There's 79. We could check our market AI and see if there's any like economic outlook on NASDAQ that would support or go against us. But it does seem like markets still have a bullish trend to it. But here we go. NAS, alright, stopped out on NAS just for now. Let's see. Same deal, same song and dance here on NASDAQ with what's keeping us bullish. Cautious buying. Be patient. Big seller right there. But let's wait. That's why I don't like trading pre-market. Because pre-market is garbage, in my opinion, when it comes to NASDAQ and ES. So let's wait. Let's wait on that. Gold range bound. Remember, I wanted to see if gold could sort of reject this area, come to demand, and then push higher. But we had, let's see. See that dollar's at that area. YM rejecting. CES one more time. Yeah, I'm really not seeing anything on the ES other than the supply zone up here to the upside. Demand wise, I don't know if I see anything. We might just 90-minute demand. We'll mark this out as a 90-minute demand right here just to have something. But we'll see. NAS trying to hold above that 75. 1 hour, 2 hour. It was a 2 hour. So we'll bring it back to 2 hour. We'll make it a 2 hour. That's what it originally was. So we'll keep that as is. 15-minute. Yeah, really not seeing much. So I'm gonna need to see a break and some continuation, but I'm really gonna need to see New York session open and give us something. We'll probably be looking to trade gold longs today. Equity's pretty range bound, but remember market's not open yet. We got 20 minutes for the market to open, so waiting on that. Gold's not giving us any opportunities either right here. Just chopping its way higher. Real buy the dip opportunity on gold, but not seeing continuation. 15-minute, 30-minute, just going through our time frames, making sure we're not missing anything. Hourly. Hourly on gold looks good for continuation, right? If we're able to continue higher from this point. Not break lows again. On the hourly looks good for gold. If it could remain above this zone right here. So sure, we'll see if we could pull back on gold maybe. But I'd much rather see a break up first. But I do like that hourly forming and the dollar week too. Now we got a few things lining up, right? Should I care about sport funds and math? The one with the arrow on it that was broken? Nah, we could delete that. Let's see. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Join me for Futures Fever today. I'll get the links for you. Get the links. Let's see. All right, got it. Yeah, go drop a like. Woohoo. But let me send that link. You guys watch that today, 11:30. Chance to win a free Apex account, and we'll talk some markets. I'll have Nawab on. He's the founder of Market AI. It's real cool stuff there. Now, something about the hourly that I was looking at here on gold is that also, let's turn off the drawings. See how we're basing? So I'm looking for a rally and continuation, right? So because I'm looking for continuation as well, I could realistically wait for this hourly candle to close, because if it doesn't close higher, then I don't have my trade set up. But if it does close higher, then I could look for almost a buy and hold situation today on gold. So that would ideally be the best scenario. So that's what I might want to look for. I could try to front run it. That's what I was trying to do before. Let's see. We'll give it a shot. Dollar just moved higher again too, though. That's tough, dude. I was thinking of front running some gold longs here. We could check the point of control on gold on these 5-minute candles. Make sure they are pushing higher. They're trying. Again, I'd like to see us break above this 30, what is that? 3803.3.5 with some strength. Like quickly. A quick pow. Let's see. So possible gold trade I'd be looking for at the moment, if I'm looking for continuation based off the hourly time frame, is I'd try to be buying the lows down here because I'm looking for continuation higher, right? So we get some lows, start our position, and then we start breaking higher, then we could get a retest and get an add to our trade. But again, we don't want to be front running it too quickly, where we get in up here, have a wide stop loss, and it stops us out. But knowing the general trend on gold, we haven't broken previous day high yet. So keep an eye on that. Previous day high or low hasn't been taken out just yet, but they have been taken out as of lately. All right, there's that break above the 3803, 3804. Yeah, I'll be looking for some gold longs today. Let's see. Nas with the dip. Yeah, Nas not looking good. I think we melt lower a little bit today in ES and Q. Point of control's got to be higher on gold here. It's struggling, trying to move higher. Definitely big struggle there. Check our 15-minute time frame too. See how that's trying to form. 15 just closed. 15 just closed. We'll see if we can get a pullback that far. I don't think we can at this point anymore. 30-minute, 45, 90, 1 hour. That's the one we were bullish on. 2 hour, 3 hour. Also possible reversal on the 3. 4 hour. Looks okay to continue back higher too. Yeah, so we're bullish on gold. Just got to find an entry. This would have been a good entry. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. We'll wait now. See around this 03 for a possible entry. Let's see. I'm trying to get this filled over here. Come on. Trying to get filled long gold right here. I like this entry that we just made. I'm looking for continuation on gold, so I want to be able to try to buy the dip if I can. 3804.1 is where my entry is. So there's the fill. Be a little careful with the stop loss. Stop is at 3803.4. Yeah, let's see. We'll do 0.3 actually. 0.32. Might also be a stop there, man. Ooh, man, gold's nasty, dude. Markets are not nice right now. We gotta let them come to us. See if there's a re-entry, though, on gold. Where's our market pulse indicator, bro? Let's see. There it is. Yeah, I mean, I could take the re-entry here. Just want to be extra careful because we don't want to re-enter too much and have it stop us out again. And then we're taking too many losses for no reason. But just be careful if you take any trades. Would like to see market pulse start ticking real strong on gold. Point of control is trying to move higher. 413 up here now. It's a positive delta. Still negative delta, though. Bit concerning there. Yeah, look at these sellers, bro. Not giving up yet. Not giving up. Sellers might want to take it down a leg here on gold. Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait. Forget that re-entry. We got to get a better entry on gold, man. Let's see. Especially, we said down here. Remember, originally we were looking at down here. It's 3801. 3801's got some passive buyers sitting there on gold. Just not liking it, man. Let's see. 5 minute, 15. Market's open in 11 minutes. Really, in my opinion, a matter of being patient. Gold's struggling. Gold's chopping its way higher, right? So it's not giving us a smooth trend where it's like, oh, higher, higher, higher. It's going, oh, higher. Let's go lower for a second. Oh, let's go higher, and let's go. So, very big struggle on gold. Point of control is higher, so I would like to see it continue. But it's a tough, tough entry right here, in my opinion, on gold. Volume profile should be back at 6 o'clock, somewhere over here. Look at this big range on the volume profile. It's a no trade zone, again, in my opinion. So I'd much rather let that hourly sort of come to us. We'll be patient. I will wait. Let's see. Now the 15 still looks good for continuation. The 15 and the hourly are the ones that were keeping me bullish on gold. But like I said, we could wait for this hourly to close at this point and look for an entry on the next hourly candle at 10 o'clock. Let's see, ESNQ. What's the zones? Low volume down here. Would I mark that blue one out for? Was that an hourly or something? Yeah, hourly was looking like it wanted to continue. Same deal on NAS, but again, it was pre-market, so we're not really looking for a good trend pre-market. Let's see. Gotta wait for an A+ setup now, guys. Market's shaking out. We're gonna wait. Let market shake it up a little bit. Let markets clear out the dust, clear out the smoke, and find some direction. This is gold right here. Then gold on bullish on, I just don't have a solid entry. I would like to buy anywhere on this dip for the 15 minutes to continue higher, like it's trying to right now. Ah, wow. Let's see. Gold's gonna be one of those tough ones today, I think. Same sitch though, right? We let the hourly close. Maybe we get a 15-minute fair value gap or something. Maybe we create some low volume nodes. But until then, we don't really have a solid retest entry. Stop me out on this. Could have been a bit more conservative on my stop loss, a bit wider on my stop for this gold trade, that's for sure. Yeah, it was way too tight on gold. Especially that it's bull trend, man. CVD just spiked there too. That's huge. Three minutes left in the 5 minute though. This thing could close as a big wick to the upside. ES and NQ, waiting on those. 15-minute close in 7.5 minutes when the market opens. Gold trying to hold this 38.05. It looks like it's going to. Damn, gold. All right, fine. Fine, I get it. I get it. I was too tight on my stop. I'll widen it next time. Now I'm waiting for gold to close somewhere up here. If gold could close somewhere up here, then I'll wait for a pullback and I'll take that entry long on gold again. If it can't close up here and we wick lower, then I'm gonna be patient again. Remember though, the hourly is why I was bullish, and now that's trying to continue. 15 as well. Close in 7 minutes. $38.05 trying to act as support right now. Almost considering a long 38.05, but stop loss wise would be the same situation where it'd be like a few point stop loss and it might wick you lower. So let's not take that. Let's be patient and just let markets come to us. Never feel the need to rush into a trade. Let markets sort of develop a little bit. There won't be a 200-point move in a matter of a second. You're not going to miss it. If you're patient, you will find your trade. And guess what? I could still be looking for the 15-minute time frame to close as a red basing candle here. Then I'll be looking for continuation of the upside again, right? So things are still leaning bullish, just a matter of waiting. I would go long off of this pivot right here, but there wasn't a lot of volume right there. If there was a big seller and then we started to reverse, then I would have taken it. One of my favorite setups, man, when we're like trying to pull back and a big seller comes in on Bookmap and then we reverse off of them like a buyer absorbed all that selling pressure. Let's see. Gold chopping, man. 17 seconds left. They wanted us to close somewhere up there on the 15. Market's open in 5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. T-minus 5 Minoskis. Let's see. 38.01 passive buyer sitting down there. Would be a pretty wild pullback, 38.01. It's right here. Bro, the CVD, look at that. This big spike on the CVD all the way back. These big buying volume met with the same amount of selling volume. Waiting on New York session to open, guys. I don't know, man. Waiting for New York session to open. Give us a direction, and we're probably looking for NASDAQ. Now, I got some people in here that I mentor, and a lot of them, I tell them, let's start off with one, maybe two, ES and gold, right? Different markets, different trends sometimes. Now that's usually because ES does tend to trade with NASDAQ. Now because ES is more of a broader market sentiment ETF or whatever you want to call it, futures index, it has a big impact from things like the Dow as well. So if the Dow is struggling, but NASDAQ is pumping, then ES is going to be choppy, right? And we're better off trading the NASDAQ. But charting wise, I really don't want people who I'm teaching to be jumping all over the place to chart to chart to chart. But for just a few weeks, just ES and NQ, I'm sorry, ES and gold, just charting them, and then throw in NASDAQ there. But right now, ES and NQ, I'm sorry, ES and gold, I keep doing that. Dude, gold is just like struggling away. Almost looks like a sell position up there. No trades on gold. Glad we respected our stop loss and now we stay out of it. Let's see. There we go. So now we could probably look for a reaction off this 38.01 on gold. See. But really gonna have to see a reaction because also don't forget dollar's at an area of resistance too. So if gold could be at support while the dollar's at resistance. Now what I'm looking for is a big sell bubble to come at this 38.01 and then a pop back. And if we could get that pop back, then I might look for a long position off of that. Let's see. Right now this area is working as support. That's our point of control right there. Want to see 38.01, 3800.9 was a pivot. Just want to be a little careful. Weighted dollar is getting weak. That's the dollar spread. That's like the dollar versus USD, dollar versus euro, dollar versus GBP. I saw some guy was using that when he was trading. He's just a gold trader and he was using that. I was like, all right, that's interesting. We'll give that a shot. It's okay. Shows same general trend as our GC. Let's GC how this move goes. But trying to find some support in here. 38.013. Let's see. When you zoom in and out with Bookmap, it spreads out the volume bubbles. So if you zoom out, it'll show you them more accumulated. If you zoom in, it'll show more bubbles. Let's see. All right, we're testing that zone, man. Weighted gold is dropping. 15 minutes, definitely not closing bullish. That's for sure. 30-minute also. Nice basin candle to the downside. Don't forget, though, hourly, we're waiting for that to close. At 10 o'clock it closes. So looking for a possible sweep here. So we create a higher low. Sweep there. Higher low. Oops. No, what am I doing? Alright, let's see. There's sweep. If we can't start to pull back here. Let's see, give it 1 sec. Look at that. 5 minutes closing now. That's not ideal for a reversal. So let's see if we can wick lower for a moment. And then try to pop. See if some buyers could take us back above 38.01 would be ideal. But this selling pressure is real strong on gold. Trying to pulse to the downside. Come on, get back above 38.01. Let's prove these sellers wrong. Let's get back on the buy side. It's like, nope, let's go sell. Yeah, not much support under us. Was really looking for this seller to be trapped for a reversal. So that's what I'm still waiting on because we haven't sold off again from there. Nice. There we go. Come on. Pop it, man. Pop it. Volume-wise, it's looking like we're trying to reverse off that. But the longer we stay down here, the more selling accumulation. Yeah, we're trying to dive lower on gold. Let's see, man. Real struggle there. There it is. There it is. All right, let's wait now. Let's wait now. There's VWAP. Wait for the hourly. New York session just opened too. We got NASDAQ in an area of support. Equities trying to hold-ish. Let's see. I'm waiting on possible NASDAQ longs right here. If we start to hold, if we just dump, no way, we'll take that. Looking for us to hold up on NAS, but gotta be so careful with these markets right now, man. Markets just opened, so don't go too crazy. Give it a little time. Buyers trying to step in up here, but oh, nope, there they go. Nice, nice. All right, let's see. Where are our demand zones? We don't really have that much demand till the downside. So let's let markets open. Let's let them sort of develop a little bit. Come to us. Let's see. Weighted index getting weak. There's another dip on NAS. Another dip. Big sells. Let's see. See another dip here on NAS. Wow, big sellers stepping in on NASDAQ right there. Outer volume profile low. Meta took a big hit to the downside. Boom, nice. NASDAQ dropping like it's hot. Sweet. Let's see. Might look for a retest of NAS towards 75 for a short. If we can get that, that'd be a big pullback though. Look at that, guys. Gold with the sweep of that low. So that hourly that we were looking to close, now out of the picture. How's our weighted index looking? Trying to sell off on the weighted index too. So definitely bearish on NASDAQ. Just swept some lows. Got more lows to the downside. Probably going to sweep them right now. Yup, didn't even give us the chance. Got more lows even lower. That's what I mean. When we have all these lows just like hanging real close to each other, markets like to shoot for those like crazy fast. So we'll wait for a pullback because we still have two more to the downside to hit. Sellers came in strong off that open. Dude, that's crazy. Low volume shelf off of 40 right now. A lot of selling pressure. Anybody here ever used Fathom before? Fathom. It's like a plugin for like Zoom and Google Meets. Looking for a rejection off of this 47 area. 45, 47. Equity still bearish. Come on, give me that 40, 45, 47 on NAS. I'm gonna take it. Now here's 45, 47. All right, there we go. I'm gonna try to take that NAS short. I gotta be careful. 52 stop, so it could be a quick to stop loss because I'm looking for these resistance to hold. So 52 above this area of resistance is my stop. Again, with the way markets are right at open, they have the opportunity, yeah, to go right to stop like that. You do have another low volume shelf right above though, and with the selling pressure we've had, wouldn't be surprised. Weighted index trying to pull back a little bit. See if we could get another push towards 57. Nice, good reaction there. I'm gonna try just one more on NQ. Being a little careful, being a little wider on the stops. Just looking for this to continue lower. CVD was pretty bearish, volume was pretty bearish. There we go. Weighted index looks good to the downside as well. You can see these equities start to sell off. Microsoft dropping. Nvidia's trying to hold, which is unfortunate. That's what's giving us this chop right here. Weighted index with a little dip right there. I almost want to add to the short because of how bearish the weighted index looks and put a stop on my new ad at the high we just made. And let's get out of this one for a nice quick scalp. If we get a nice drop to the downside rather quickly, I'd like to look to target 34 for a first TP. Nice, getting there. That was pretty close. 32 first TP possibly. Give me a big drop here to 32. Oh, 34, 32. Boom, TP one hit. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about. Love those NAS shorts. I'm going to definitely consider getting out, but weighted index is still pretty bearish. We haven't made a new low day yet on NASDAQ. Let's see if we can make that. Boom, new low day on NASDAQ, and we're in it to win it, ladies and gentlemen. Another drop. Big city, big drop city. Yes, sir. Boom, boom. Let's see. I wanted to see if we could head towards like 820 on NQ. Equity's getting weak again. We could be in for another drop. I want to see, what was it? 810 really was where I wanted to target. 810. But I don't want to let this winner, this big winner, turn to a loser if markets do want to flip back. So we'll see if we get one more dip and I'll get out. Let's see. A little bit of a buy on the weighted index there. I'm going to be patient though. Still got a minute 30 left. There we go. Nice, nice. Just wait. Weighted index is still bearish. 24s, 25s. Get below 25 and we should see a quick run to 15. There we go. It's 24. Nope. It knows people are watching that 25 for a break. There's ES with another break lower too. NAS is struggling to break lower here, but the drops we've been getting have been very quick. So I do want to try to hold, see if we get another drop like that. Not liking this pullback. Let's see. We'll see how this 450 wants to act. Moving my stop loss to 53. Big pullback there on equities. Check where point of control is on this 5-minute. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Coming to stop out my last contract. Wow, that's insane, actually. Oh, that was close. It didn't. Wow. Let's see. It's going to. It got that close. It's going to. Let's see. Oh. Markets are like, yo, Kevin, here's your one more chance. Get the hell out. Alright, let's see. Weighted index just seemed so bearish, man. I do want to see one more dip. I want to get out near the 20s at least. The markets don't give a shit where I want to get out. Gotta remember that. I gotta be realistic and reasonable. Big sellers still holding up though in the market. CVD is still to the downside. Market pulse is still to the downside. I'll keep my stop loss at 53 and see if it wants to play out. Weighted index is still bearish. Equities trying to hold support's the biggest issue I see right here. Here's 36s. If we get below 35, it'd be huge, but we're really trying to hold 35, 40. I'm going to move my stop loss down even further to 50. So just don't trust this. But again, if sellers continue, we're going to have another massive drop, and I do want to be able to hold this if we get that. Nah, doesn't want to. Let's see. Alright, manual exit. That's alright. Still locked in some nice profits on that original short. We're going to be patient now. Gold. struggling away too. Wonder if gold's setting up for a possible short position. Where were we on gold? No, gold, we wanted this demand zone, 37.90. Nas looking weak again. Remember, we were definitely weaker overall. Weighted index still looking bearish. Almost want to re-enter here and look for some momentum. We don't want to sell the lows here either, so be a little careful, be a little patient. Let's see. There we go. Sellers getting ready. Feel like we're trying to squeeze. Look at that though. Buyers not letting go just yet. And Amazon is at support. Nvidia trying to find some strength. Google taking a tough hit though to the downside. Meta trying to squeeze higher but failing each time. I almost want to add a short right here and see if we could finally try to start to squeeze lower. But seeing how indecisive we are, do sort of want to wait. Damn, look at that, guys. Buyers ain't giving up yet. They have on gold. Nice, nice, nice. We wait now. We wait, man. We're waiters. We're traders, but we're waiters. Not bringing you drinks to a table. We're waiting for the market to give us a good position and opportunity. Buy gold. Buy gold. See you later. Gold said, I'll see you at demand. 37.90. Listen, everybody's going to be short once we break below that 37.92. They're going to think, oh, gold's selling off. It's bear market now. Meanwhile, you zoom out, you look at that daily. We're just at all-time highs yesterday. I don't know about selling off or bearish right now. Nas looks ready to continue. A lot of weakness there. Meta took a nice turn to the downside. Try one here, looking for momentum on NASDAQ to the downside. 37 entry short, 42 stop loss. So literally, like, either go or just stop me out for a practical break-even trade. That's the only way I see this happening. And it's going to probably just stop out. Let's see. Want to see a loose support here. It doesn't really have support here. I like these black levels here on Bookmap. Tell me we have, like, no support under us. There we go. It was a nice big squeeze lower. Equities ready. Come on, NASDAQ. You know you're ready too. There's 32s. Break below 30. Break below 30. We're looking for that 30. Aw, oh, lame. Come on now. I see these sellers trying to pick up here. You know you want it, Nas. Okay, 32s. 32 even was just hit. Gotta get below. There's 31.75. There we go. NASDAQ break lower. Trying to see if we could head towards 820. Nice. Nice, guys. Here we go. Beautiful. Gonna get out into some strength soon. I don't like that pullback. Fuck, we'll get out there. I just take it for scalps, man. Taking it for scalps right now. Looks good for shorts, that's for sure. It's just not giving us significant enough entries. Oh, we're getting close to that demand zone. We just swept that low on gold. A lot of resistance above us. Not jumping in longs just for the sake of us taking out the low. 38.91 support, 38.90 support. Mm. 30-minute close in 13 minutes, 5-minute closes soon. How's a 5-minute looking on gold? If it does have point of control higher, I would consider a retest of this area for longs on gold. Only reason I remain bullish on gold is because of the higher time frame sentiment. Yo, come on. Load and footprint. I want to make sure point of control is higher on this 5-minute. It's not loading in. There we go. It is higher. I mean, I wanted demand. I like this big volume bubble, though. We could give it a shot. One long position gold here. Stop at the low we just made. Like a front-running position. So if it stops this position out, we're able to re-enter in our original demand zone trade. Point of control did just move a little lower, which is bearish. I'd like to see this delta flip bullish, though. There we go. Nice. Nice. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Amazing. Minute 46 left. Could get out there into some strength, seeing how quick we just reversed. But let's see if we want to find some continuation on that. Might not. Benzinga tagged me in a post. That's right. Futures Fever today, Wednesday, 11:30, for a chance to win a free Apex Trader valuation account. Me, Nalab, we're going to talk about futures markets, market AI, Apex Trader funding. It's going to be pretty dope. Pretty dope. I want to see point of control move higher up here. Really want to see this volume increase. This 288 go to 300, go to 400. We have a minute left. There, boom, there. Wow, that was quick. 324, great. Want to see that. Want to see this volume accumulation up here. Really want to see a reversal off of that low. 57 seconds left for the 5 minutes to close. It could reverse right back lower on us, guys. Go right back to our entry point. Make us rethink this whole trade. Just like that. Let's see. Delta is negative 74. Before it was negative 90 or negative 190. Now it's only negative 70, negative 100, negative 85. Back and forth, real back and forth. There are some buyers down here, but we've noticed that sellers sort of took control lately. So big red flags, especially that we were not able to get our point of control back higher here. We got about 26 seconds left in this 5 minutes to close. And it is not looking ideal unless we can get a quick spike up here on the last 15 seconds. 12 seconds. 15-minute just opened to, like, this is the first 5 minute of the 15-minute candle. You're probably going to look to get out of this trade in profits at some area. Mainly because of how this candle closed and because of the point of control being lower. If we could find some quick buying pressure and volume gets higher with price getting higher, great. But without that, I'm just going to close it out. Getting a little bit of a move, but I really need to see this hit the hundreds. I need to see volume hit the hundreds. And without that, like I said, probably just going to stop out of this. I'm moving my stop loss to that pivot. Almost again. Okay, so it's in the hundreds. That's good. But we really want to see it continue from this. And a little buying volume. That's good. I say a little because also Delta's still negative. There we go. Okay, getting a little something. Gold, do you want to go crazy for us? Okay. Okay. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Nice gold. Get out there and some buying pressure and some volume and some momentum. I mean, that's amazing. I'm still in it. I'll let you guys know when I exit. I feel like gold might want to give us another crazy spike. That was wild. Amazing quick move. I'm going to get out there. I'm going to get out. We're going to call it there. I was just thinking about it. We have 3.5 minutes for this 5 to close. It could wick way back lower again. But this was a real sick entry, real sick move, and what a comeback there, guys. Absolutely phenomenal. Damn, NASDAQ continued lower. Amazing, amazing. Just had to be extra patient today. We were preaching about it this morning. Ooh, gold with continuation. Definitely should have been at least 2 contracts on that. It was only in 1. But like I said, comeback was nice. Damn, bro, NASDAQ. It should have been holding NQ, to be honest. Gold up another point. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. So this pullback on gold. So I like that gold reverse down here. Look at the volume profile on gold. Here's session volume profile. Low volume down here. That's usually where we find our reversals. So that's pretty ideal in my opinion. I like my exit for now. I want to see if we want to re-enter this 97 area and look to hold again. Possible re-entry. I just want to be careful with any re-entries. Almost want to let this 5-minute close before taking any more trades on gold. Even with the 30-minute is also looking like a basing candle. That's great. Hourly ended up taking a little bit of a turn, but we held. And originally I did want the demand zone, so I'll be patient. I'll be a little patient. You never know. What if this is a fake out and then we dive right back lower again? So I don't want to be buying the highs again when this is now our current range, right? Always look at the market. Don't look at the market as just candles. Look at the market in fractals and in ranges and by price levels. So once we got below VWAP, this was our new range high, and this was our new range low, right? New range high, new range low. We don't want to buy the highs unless we could break them and retest them. So now we wait. Looks good. Definitely looks good, man. And these were the lows, dude. We got a nice entry on gold. That's amazing. I think it wants to continue. Beautiful. NASDAQ sell city. Some equities are finding a little buying pressure. Nothing crazy. I did still have NASDAQ demand. Isn't until probably not till a while, really. We'll have a key level at 740, 480, less 748. Oh my God, can't talk. 713 to the downside. Another possible target on Q.
Hey Kevin, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
The turnaround on Nasdaq and ES yesterday around 2 o'clock ish or so Eastern time. Why is that not significant to you?
Turn around 2 o'clock Eastern time. I'm taking one NASDAQ short here, guys. 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock. Let's see. What time frame? Well, I guess whenever. The turnaround, 2 o'clock. Like from the before we sold off or after we sold off?
Like were we yesterday in the afternoon towards the end of the day when we kind of bounced a little bit where buyers showed up?
Yeah, so that's significant, but it didn't give us a strong rally afterwards. Like the move after wasn't significant.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, that follow through is very important. Boom, guys, Nas, another drop, amazing. We are in the shorts. I might want to get out though. Let's see. I'm gonna get out of a contract. If we could dip lower, I want to get out of Nas into some strength. Caught nice moves today and made our money back from the chop that we had earlier. Ooh, pulling back actually. Let's see. Give me one more dip, Nas. Don't do that. Like I don't want to. Equities still weak, so that's why I'm still bearish. I'd like to see new low day on NASDAQ. Oh, it's getting close. I might stop out of this last contract. Stops at 18 on this last contract. It's getting close to it. Ooh, low volume profile until like 21, so it's close. Maybe I'll put stop loss at 21 then. I just don't want to get stopped out of this for a little L. You know what I'm saying? but it's looking that way. Market doesn't care. Just remember, market doesn't care what we want. Stop loss is at 21. Looking for 16 to reject here. There's that rejection off 16. Want to see us back below 24,810. There's below 810. Want to see us hold below 810. Definitely squeezing here. Equity's still bearish. I'm going to hold. Think we could be squeezing to the downside. 780 possible short target. Just want to be a little careful. 21 is my stop loss. Could run to stop and then go to TP. Markets love to do that. There's that 10 again. Really need to see. There's 09. There's 7. There we go. Get below 5. Let's get some momentum now. Get a little hoopla. Ooh, big drop on Meta. Come on. Microsoft selling off too. NASDAQ. Come on now. You know you want to drop off that. Nvidia getting some weakness. Apple's strong though. Apple's trying to hold us. That's unfortunate. I almost want to get, like I said, I almost want to get out if we get one more little dive lower into some strength. But with the selling pressure we've had, I don't want to get out too early too. But 21 is my stop loss. I got a real tight stop on this trade. Wanted to be able to scalp a little bit more profits off this. So let's see. Ooh. Here's 16 again. Last time we hit around 16, 17, we rejected. But this time it's feeling like we're trying to squeeze again. But I want to see this squeeze end up failing again. Ooh, Meta tried to reverse though too. That's unfortunate. Put my stop at 20.75. Really looking for sellers to step in. If they don't at this point, we're probably going to reverse higher on NASDAQ. Just an FYI. Oh, we're getting there. Lame. My cat's crying. Give me 1 second. Diego. Yo, he's crying because he wants me to get out of my trade. I'll be right back. Oh, it's going to stop out though too. Oh, wait. Bro, NASDAQ sell off, motherfucker. Dude, get some selling pressure, NASDAQ. Stop messing around. Nvidia trying to hold. Really need to see us back below 24,810 on NASDAQ. A minute left on this 5. Need to see this fall off like now. We don't really have much support under us, which is what's keeping me in the short. But at this point, it's just like it's not even worth it in my opinion. I don't know. Well, it could be. If it sells off like crazy, we're looking at another 30 points on NAS here.
Yeah.
But I'm moving my stop.
You got minor news, house sales at 1 minute.
Oh yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get out of this. Call it a small loss. But I do think it wants to reject this high. What are we at? Equities are trying to hold up. If equities weren't trying to hold right now, I'd still be in it. This is a low volume area on NASDAQ up until 24, 25. 20 seconds left though. Boom, there we go. Yeah, so no more. We wait. Ooh, hey gold, what's going on? How you doing? Ooh, look at they pulled all the orders off gold. They're expecting these stats to affect gold. And they did. Now does gold want demand? Or is gold going to reject that low again? Oh, gold's getting ready to dip. Oh, it's getting ready to pop. Who knows? I'd like to see gold go crazy. But at this point, I'm not thinking it's going to happen. It's definitely trying. Definitely finding some buying volume here, but struggling. 353 left in this 5-minute. There we go. Some buying on gold. Look at that there for a little scalp. I took it for a little scalp off there once I saw we had this quick reaction to that news, but just scalps today. Markets have been giving us real poor price action. Just scalps today. Apple and Tesla is holding. Good stuff. Thank you, Federico, and thank you, Habibi, for pointing those out. Apple holding and Tesla holding. Yeah, Apple holding was the biggest barrier we were finding on NASDAQ. At this point, Apple did just reject VWAP, but now Nvidia and Google are holding. I'm not a big fan of watching Tesla when it comes to what's it called? When it comes to directional trading on ES and NQ. Because Tesla doesn't have the biggest impact. Now, it is a top 10 holding, but it can historically counter trend trade the ES and NQ. When ES and NQ could be trending lower, a lot of times Tesla could be trending higher. So it's definitely a tougher read, so I would be careful on that. Nas rejected off of that 25. Price action suggesting it could hold. 15-minute, 30-minute. Not seeing anything ideal on gold at the moment. Other than possible bulls, yeah. Let's see. Just gonna slingshot us to the buy side. This could be a possible demand zone on gold. Or order block, depending on how we close. 15-minute closes in 13 minutes though, so we do have a little time. I'll be looking for a long on gold. Just gotta find a good entry. Did I send the... Where did I send Futures Fever Stream? I thought I sent it in here. Here we go. There we go. Gold going crazy. Point of control is lower, a little concerning, but it didn't really have the time yet to fill volume to the upside. Just wait. Let's see. Hello, gold. Ooh. Yo, I'll wait, because guess what? Gold? We wanted demand. And now we pivoted around it a few times. Wow, gold. Nas is trying to hold. That's pretty amazing. Did get that reversal. Ooh, ES reversed a point, literally 1 point, no, 0.2 ticks away. So 0.5 away from the demand zone. That was so crazy. Let's see. Gold struggling to close green here on the 5. Volume increase, but that's because we had that news. I mean, ideally, I'd like to see gold continue. I just hate to be too tight on a stop loss, you know? So let's see if we could possibly get a dip. Maybe try to buy in these wicks. Like right down over here. See if we can mark that out. Like a blue. Right in there. A lot of wicks in there, right? $15-minute. We'll see. Real tough, man. Real tough. There's that dip on gold. Big drop on gold. Low volume area right here. Considering an entry if we could start to hold. I'll take one. If it'll fill me. Didn't fill me. Trying to fill it 94.5. Boom, it just came back and filled me. Stop is at 93.2. So it is a tight stop loss. Looking for a quick reaction though. When we're looking for a quick reaction, we could have a tight stop loss. So I'm in just one gold contract. Looking for buying because that's been the trend in gold lately. Only concern is we have demand under us, so we could still have a little ways to go to the downside, but I am trading with the trend. Not that that's all that matters, but that's a big piece of it. Want to see this gold volume start to tick bullish on the market pulse. It's trying to flip bullish. That's good. Struggling a little bit up here. Nice. There we go. Nice entry on those longs so far. 245 left in this 5-minute. Check our point of control if it wants to load in. Hopefully it can load in quick. Good. Point of control is trying to move higher too. That's huge actually. Very ideal. Now we want to see if price could get higher, and this 82 could get higher in volume too. Whoa, okay. Guys, I promise I'm not a market maker. No, I'm just kidding. I am a market maker. I'm just kidding on that too. We're all market makers. We're just reacting to the markets. I'm gonna get out into some strength though. Seeing how choppy we've been, we haven't really been seeing continuation. I want to look to try to get out near these highs if we get one more quick move up like that. That was wild. CVD didn't really spike with that either. So we'll see. Ideally, I'd like to get out near 3,800 even. But we don't really have any targets to the upside. If anything, we have targets to the downside still, which is not good. It's actually really not good. See if we get one more move up and I'll get out. Oh, Gold said, yeah, right. Gold heard my market maker comment and said, go fuck yourself. Excuse me, pardon my language. My apologies, Gold. You're the market maker. Oh, stopped out of that gold contract. That's really, really, really funny. I should have took it for the scalp on that. It's getting close, man. It still wants demand. That's why I played a small position on that. Boom, big drop into demand. Oh, sellers, hello. Big sellers here, big sellers, big volume. Looking for big volume to lead to a reversal off of demand. If we don't get that, then there's no trade. Sellers getting a little crazy on gold here. Let's see. This is still demand. I want to find buyers in this demand zone here on gold. Nice. Nice. There we go. Come on now. So I took 2 down here. I'm in 1 right now. I just got out of 1 in 2 contracts. I really wanted to play it very carefully, seeing how strong sellers have been. But I was looking for the volume reversal, and we did get good volume going into this demand zone too. So now even here could be a good area to go long. Ooh. Sellers aren't giving up yet. Actually, yeah, maybe we'll just call this a trade. We'll play it safe, right? Play it smart. Seeing how choppy we've been, we want to play smart. We want to trade smart. Don't trade greedy. It looks good on a reversal off the volume analysis here on Bookmap. So I do want to try to at least hold the 1 contract. But I don't want to be silly. You know, a little volume, a little momentum. I'll get out here. Boom. Out there on gold. Back to above break even on the day. Green day from me, so very small green. But after the chop we encountered this morning, I would call that success. Say, okay, good. Managed our trades, managed a losing day back into a winning day. Nas was nice to us. Gold was a little choppy this morning, but we still were able to take advantage once we noted that sellers took control. You know, we did take some scalps on longs off of the reactions, but this was a pretty nice trade too on gold longs. We could now wait for a 5-minute close outside of this demand zone, and then that would line up as a new potential trade setup. 15-minute also closes in 3.5 minutes, so that could also close as a basing candle outside of this demand zone. So again, check it out. Look, look, look. Basing, rally, 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 looking for continuation for the rest of the day. That could very well happen. It's only 10:11. That'd be huge. Look at this guy's gold going crazy. Waiting on that 15 minutes to close. Looking for possibly 90 as a retest area. That's that. Look at that. Right at that demand zone, man. Oh, man. Let's see. This might be huge. Let's see if patience really pays in the market. Gotta wait. Still gotta wait 2 minutes and 40 seconds for the 5 minutes to close. Ooh, big pullbacks. The winner of last week's episode of Futures Fever for the free Apex account, her name is Clifford. I don't think there's a Clifford in here. So what I'm looking for on gold right now is the 15 minute to close somewhere within this area. Well, it's like somewhere in this blue zone, somewhere hopefully essentially above this white line and off of this demand zone. And then I would look for the next 5 to open, pull back, and I'll take the entry on the pullback and look to really try to hold that. Gold trying to hold. Thou shall not fold, gold. Let's see. I like gold, man. Gonna be looking for some more gold trades. Gotta see how this closes. Yes, and NQ. Chop, chop, chop. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. YouTube guys, make sure you hit that like button, man. Y'all lacking on the like button today. But I know YouTube's hitting a slump for some reason. We've been killing it. I don't know why. 20 seconds left in the 15-minute time frame. We're trying to get it to close where we want it to, and it is getting there. Gonna be looking for longs once we close it like that. Alright, well, we got the close. If we could get a dip back to 37.91, that would be ideal. I wanted to see 37.90, very low volume shelf there. Boom! Big moves on gold. Huge. If we could get any pullback on this 5-minute, I'm taking the longs. It's just gonna be like, nah. I'm gonna go up now, straight up now. Got out way too soon on that long position I took down here. And demand that I waited for. Could at least try closed green out of demand, stop at that low, see how that trade wants to play out. But I really wanted to dip into the demand zone to go long. I want a strong drop. Guys, if you could put all of your money into short gold, we could probably get it to pull back a few points ourselves. We all just put 10 to 20 lots of GC, we could probably temporarily move a market. I'm just kidding. Take millions and millions and millions of dollars. Probably billions for gold. Bro, 91, man. I think we missed it. Come on, give us a pullback. You know you want to. Yeah. Real tough point, because it's like, where even is the entry anymore? Well, hopefully this 5-minute wants to pull back in the next minute or so, because we want it to flip green, but we have 3 minutes left. We don't want it to really hold that green. But based off the 15-minute time frame, I was looking for it to continue, so I'm trying my best to see if we can get an entry near 37.93. Damn, bro, I think 91.3 was the retest entry right there. Telling you guys, demand is amazing. Let's see, August single home sales 0.8 mil annual rate versus 0.65. Let's see if we could find that on market. Today is Wednesday. Up 20%. Good job, guys. The economy's strong. I'm just kidding. PMI came in a little weaker. Still strong, just a little weaker than prior. It's previous 54.5, actual is 53.9, but as long as it's above 50, it's a strong economy. It's considered an expansion on the economy. All right, here we go. We get an entry now or what? Once we turn around, I'm taking it. Take one there. We'll just start a position. Because again, originally I really wanted to see a retest of demand one more time. I don't know if we're going to get that. Stop loss will be 89.7. I don't want to be too crazy on the stop loss too, though. So once we could, once we could possibly get a little reversal looking candle, I'll look to either add or just adjust my stop loss. So I'm in just one contract gold. Entries 92.6. Sellers are stepping in pretty strong right here though, so I'm a little concerned on a possible stop hunt. So I am going to move my stop loss to 90.9 for now. 90.9 right over here. So like below this recent low that we just sort of crafted. So if we do take another dive, I'm just going to be right out and I'll look for a re-entry. And if we hold, then we're gold. Yeah, it's looking like a struggle. Ooh, and they got the printed orders. I almost want to exit that right now because of that. I hate when they do that. This is like a telltale that we're going to go lower on gold. I really hope it's wrong. It's not. Alright, let's see. Coming back to demand. We wanted the 15 to continue. So we could be patient. Here's that real low volume shelf off of that demand zone that I wanted. Ooh, big dips, bro. As long as we don't break that low we made, I'm still bullish. But if we go make a new low a day on gold, no way. let's see. Back in it. You guys know where the stop is. I'll get out of 1 for a quick scalp for momentum because we want to play it smart. Still in demand though, so I'd want to hold longs if we can really reverse off these longs. Off these lows, I should say. Okay, out of 1. That's why I get 2. Lock in gains. Make it no lose. Nice. Sweet. Almost want to fully exit here, just due to the fact that we haven't been getting continuation, but it's 10:20. Things could turn around. Was looking for the 15 minutes to really rally on this. We've been finding buyers in this demand zone too, which is good, but we've been failing to really rally out of that demand zone. So we'll see if this was the retest for longs. If it fails, then I'm just out of this last position. If it doesn't, then we're going to hold it till final TP, and we'll look for a new high a day on gold. Current stop loss is at 89.1. Right down here, 89.1. Getting a little buying pressure on gold. There's 7.5 left in this 15, which is plenty of time for it to reverse and go back bullish. So that's great for a long position, guys. Just really want to see the CVD flip bullish too. It's been a bearish cumulative volume delta, which means there's more selling volume than buying volume. But hopefully we could flip that. Nice, guys. Here we go. Gold trying to flip it. Ooh, finding some sellers. I'm going to look to get out then, if that's how gold wants to trade right now. If we get one more little push higher towards 92, I'll get out at 92. Starting to struggle here. I'm just going to manually exit. It's not even worth it. We're able to lock in profits. We're doing all right. BE day. I'm going to call it a day on that. Ladies and gentlemen of the trading jury, I hope you all had a fantastic day. I know today definitely brought us some chop, definitely brought us a little range, but we did take advantage of the overall direction and that range itself. We took some nice shorts on NASDAQ. We were patient. We waited for gold. Gold gave us a couple little opportunities. Did take a few losses in the morning, but we were able to manage it and bring it back to a break-even day, at least on my end. So I hope you guys were also able to sort of manage your trades properly. Remember, it's not important to make money at the beginning. It's important to protect your capital at the beginning. Your goal at the beginning as a trader isn't to get rich quick. Your goal is to maintain your account. If you can't maintain an account, then you definitely can't make money. So give yourself a reasonable goal, a reasonable outline, and a reasonable sort of, like I said, goals in your trading journey to accomplish, and you'll be able to find success a lot quicker. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that was a good session for you guys as well. There goes that break lower on gold. I'm glad we got out of those longs, just listening to what markets have to tell us. And I will see you guys at 11:30 for Futures Fever. All right, later, everybody.